Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Welcome back to Sahara Football. As usual, I am your host Selassie Afiawe. So today we're going to talk about Asamoah, baby dad Asamoah. He has gotten a reply, if you remember, and he was involved in an altercation. And he has gotten a reply after he said that he is still the general captain. The FA has not officially spoken to him about the general captainship being taken away from him. They've not told him someone else has the general captainship, and since he has also not retired from football, he still believes he is the general captain. That interview I brought to you on Sunday. Today we have a response from the GFA spokesperson, communications director. He is in the person of Achoo. He has responded to Baby Jet. I will bring you what he said in response to that when he was queried as to who is the general captain. Is Baby Jet still the general captain? Also, we are going to talk about SULLEY Ali MUNTARI. He narrates the very first time he disrespected his mother, and that was when he snapped Kumasi Asante Kotoko and joined Liberty Professionals. Also, Ghana has dropped in their latest FIFA rankings for the month of October 22nd. I'm sure that 3-0 drubbing by Mali was part of it. As usual, subscribe if you haven't. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. So the Ghana Black Stars, let's start off with that one, the latest FIFA rankings. They have dropped to 48th position in the latest FIFA rankings. They dropped 2 points from 46th in the world ranking for the month of September to the 48th position in the month of October. The Black Stars accrued 1,439 points in the latest FIFA rankings released by the world governing body today. Ghana legend and West African side Mali, nation champions Qatar, played in a friendly match in which the Black Stars lost 3-0 to Mali before eventually doing themselves a world of good with a 5-1 win over Qatar. The 3-0 loss saw Ghana lose some points in the ranking and accrued 1 point in the win against Qatar, leading to the drop. On the African continent, the Black Stars are 6th in the African continent. Senegal lead, followed by Tunisia, Algeria, Nigeria, Morocco, Ghana, Egypt, Cameroon, Mali, and Burkina Faso, making up the top 10 in Africa. So the Black Stars have dropped down the pecking order in the latest FIFA rankings there. My next story has to do with Baby Jet Asamoah. As he said on Sunday in that interview, trying to clear up the issues he had in terms of the Black Stars and the altercation that happened on the tennis court, trying to clear the air on that. He made a statement in that interview that suggested that he still felt he was in the Black Stars picture in terms of the general captainship. The GFA communications director Achoo has responded to that. Joy Sports queried him on that, and he said CK Akono decided to appoint 2 deputy captains and the Black Stars, and since Asamoah, 2 deputy captains for the Black Stars, and since Asamoah has not retired from the national team, he is still the general captain. That's what Achoo said. I don't know whether there's a subtle way of telling Asamoah they are asking him to do the honorable thing and retire so that they let sleeping dogs lie, but they are not going to tell him you are no longer part of the Black Stars team. I don't think they will ever officially come out to say that, though. I don't think they will. I don't think it's in their minds to do that, but that is what was his response when queried about that, and that is what he had to say. He said CK Akono decided to appoint 2 deputy captains of the Black Stars, and since Asamoah has not retired, he is still the general captain. So maybe just Asamoah, you've not retired, so yes, you still have your general captainship. That is according to Achoo of the FA. Do you think there's a cryptic message in the statement there, or we should just take it as it is? They are just telling him as it is. I feel it's a cryptic message, but let me know what you think in the comments box. My next story has to do with Ghanaian player Christian Achoo. I've stated it here emphatically on the channel that Newcastle boss Steve Bruce has told him that he might have to look for another club to join in the summer transfer window. Unfortunately for Christian Achoo, he did not find a club. Celtic were interested in him. That deal could not move through. There were also other talks about other clubs in the championship interested in him. All those deals could not pull through, and on transfer deadline day, he was still at Newcastle United. Now, Steve Bruce again has commented on this, saying that they are hoping that by January they would, in quotes, find fixed clubs for these players, because he has not included them in the final 25-man Premier League squad that has to submitted by the 20th of October. The Ghanaian unfortunately could not make it into the list. He says, speaking to the Newcastle official website, Steve Bruce said, selecting the squad is always difficult because you have to leave people out. With all the players, they are professionals and they want to play week in and out. With the players we brought in, it makes it even tougher. But it's a decision you have to make. Those who aren't involved will continue to train and keep themselves right. And once we hit December and January, we hope we can find them fixed up with clubs. Achoo won't be everyone's number one choice when it comes to bolstering the right flank, but Celtic certainly need an option of some sort, considering how greatly Neil Lennon was backed with his summer signings. It's almost certain that any general deal will be cut price once. It's difficult to see the club splashing out on another right winger when we have 3 players who can feature there as wing backs. Bringing a player like Achoo to Glasgow wouldn't be a bad move. It's important to remember that this is a player with experience in England, Spain and Holland, to name a few. He also has 60 international caps with Ghana, despite being only just 28 years of age. That's mightily impressive. So Christian Achoo has been reiterated here by the Newcastle boss. Please, you'll find a new club by January. We'll find a new club for you by January. That's shocking for me, in my opinion. I'm really surprised by how low he has fallen in the pecking order of club side Newcastle United. It's quite interesting. My final story has to do with SULLEY MUNTARI, and now he has revealed that he remembers the very first time he disobeyed his mother, and it was about joining a certain club called Liberty Professionals. He says, I remember when Liberty came for me and my mother said, no, my son, you will play for Kotoko. MUNTARI said on Mark Brown's Kitchen. I like Kotoko because it's like everything, and I grew up Kumasi and I saw everything. We go to the park at 9 a.m. before Kotoko play, and they pack top players. Obodai, Mike Lacey and Derek Boateng were already top, and they all went through Liberty. So I looked at Kotoko and said there were top players I couldn't compete with. So where can I compete? And it was Liberty. My mom said don't go, and I said well, I will go. That was the first time I disrespected my mother, and it's quite interesting to end on that note. The very first time SULLEY MUNTARI disrespected his mother was when he joined Liberty instead of Kotoko. He felt that there were the top players in Kotoko, and probably he might not make the first team squad. So going to Liberty and making Kotoko by him would have been the best option for him. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on everything. Ghana drops to 48th from 46th in the latest FIFA ranking. SULLEY MUNTARI reveals the very first time he disrespected his mother. Asamoah Gyan is still the general captain of the Black Stars. That's according to communications director of the GFA, Harry Asantichu. And Christian Achoo once again told he has to go L and look for another club to join. Your thoughts in the comments box on everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day.